Things to know about the step-parent role in child custody in Okmulgee. A step-parent often plays a major role in child custody cases after divorce and remarriage. In many families throughout Okmulgee and Oklahoma, step-parents help provide daily care, transportation, financial support, discipline, emotional guidance, and stability for children. However, many step-parents are surprised to learn that Oklahoma law does not automatically give them the same legal rights as biological or adoptive parents in custody disputes. Although a step-parent may become deeply involved in a child's life, the legal rights of a step-parent in Oklahoma family court can be complicated and highly fact-specific. Step-parents do not automatically receive custody rights. In Oklahoma, biological and adoptive parents generally have superior legal rights to custody and visitation compared to step-parents. Simply marrying a child's parent does not automatically create parental rights for the step-parent. This means a step-parent usually cannot independently demand custody or visitation simply because they helped raise the child or lived in the same household. Oklahoma courts generally begin with the presumption that a child's biological parents should maintain primary parental rights whenever safely possible. However, that does not mean step-parents are completely without legal options in every situation. Courts still recognize the importance of step-parents. Even though step-parents do not automatically gain legal parental rights, Oklahoma courts often recognize that step-parents can play extremely important emotional and practical roles in a child's life. In some Okmulgee custody disputes, courts may consider the child's relationship with the step-parent, the length of the relationship, whether the step-parent acted in a parental role, the stability provided by the step-parent, and the child's emotional attachment to the step-parent. Judges often focus heavily on the child's best interests when evaluating family dynamics, especially in highly blended family situations. Step-parents may become involved in custody litigation. Although a step-parent is not usually playing a direct role in a child custody case, they often become heavily involved in litigation between biological parents. For example, step-parents may become important witnesses regarding parenting abilities, home stability, school involvement, domestic conditions, substance abuse concerns, and child care responsibilities. In some situations, the behavior of a step-parent may also become an issue in the custody case itself. Oklahoma courts may examine whether a step-parent contributes positively or negatively to the child's environment and well-being. Step-parent conduct can affect custody decisions. The actions and conduct of a step-parent can significantly affect how the court evaluates the household environment. For example, judges may consider allegations involving domestic violence, drug or alcohol abuse, criminal activity, unsafe living conditions, conflict involving the children, and excessive discipline. Even though the step-parent is not the legal parent, the court may still determine that the child's exposure to harmful conduct within the home affects the child's best interests. On the other hand, courts may also view a supportive and stable step-parent relationship positively when evaluating overall home stability. Adoption creates stronger legal rights. One of the most important distinctions involving step-parents is that formal step-parent adoption creates legal parental rights. Once a step-parent legally adopts the child, the step-parent generally gains the same legal rights and responsibilities as a biological parent. Step-parent adoption in Oklahoma often requires consent of the biological parents, termination of one parent's rights, court approval, and background checks and procedural requirements. After adoption, the step-parent may seek custody, visitation, and decision-making rights as a legal parent. Step-parents and DHS cases. In juvenile deprived proceedings or DHS investigations, step-parents sometimes become heavily involved in the case. The Oklahoma Department of Human Services may evaluate the step-parent's role in the home, caregiving responsibilities, safety concerns, household stability, and relationships with the children. In some situations, allegations involving a step-parent may become central to the DHS investigation itself, particularly where abuse, neglect, domestic violence, or substance abuse allegations are involved. Okmulgee child custody attorneys. Custody disputes involving stepparents and blended families can quickly become emotionally and legally complicated. Questions involving visitation, adoption, parental rights, DHS investigations, and household stability often create major conflicts between family members. Because the role of a stepparent in custody cases can involve complicated legal and emotional issues, families facing these situations should seek experienced legal guidance as early as possible. For a free and confidential consultation with one of the child custody attorneys at Okmulgee Lawyers, call us at 918-621-8083.